That's, man, one of the. I don't let no Kyrie disrespect, hate happen around me because I'm arguing with you, man. That being ready to play, playing extremely hard, like knowing the game, like sometimes they want to rest. Now I'm playing Dame tonight, or sometimes they want a superstar to guard somebody else. Man, I want Dame. No, Kyle, you got to rest. We just no, I want Dame, but that was him. Like that competitive nature. Like man, we play me, him, and Shump play ones after practice every single day. The people in the front office came to us like, listen, y'all just stay away from Kai. If Kai see y'all, he gonna play. Just walk after practice, leave, just walk away. That's him. Like,
Welcome back to the Role Player Podcast presented by Swish Cultures, featured on Eurohoops.net and also Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. We back again, a little short hiatus for the 4th of July. I'm back looking fresh as ever. You see the cut, I had to go low on him because it's summer. It was hot in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Me and Good linked in Miami real quick. His line looking a little off. He been on the road.
Nah, you
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
Hey,
So I'm going
hey,
to
I'm
take
gonna
that
I'm gonna
back
say
this
this.
time.
I'm gonna say this though, man. After chilling with you in Miami, man, all that bad shit I heard about you was true, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it,
Hey,
man. Now I trust my
and
sources. Now I trust my
and
sources.
one thing about me is I don't give a damn. They are all true. I ain't gonna lie to you, nigga. I'm trash. I'm trash. And proud of it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, we got a great guest for y'all today, man. We got the 58th overall pick to the San Antonio Spurs in 2014.
yeah, yes,
Correct.
sir.
2014, Tennessee Volunteer, all SEC, everything. He played EuroLeague, NBA, been everywhere in the world, China. He got a hat on right now, so I'm thinking he going bald soon, but we gonna let him live. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I got a haircut tomorrow at 10:30, doc.
we put him on the spot quick so we have time for the cup. We got the one and only Jordan McRae, man. What's up? Appreciate you joining
Nah,
us.
no doubt, man. I'm glad to be here, dog. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we go get into it, man. We gonna have some fun. So jumping right into it, mentioning you the 58th pick overall back then, and now summer league obviously going on right now. Kind of talk us through your draft process and looking back on your draft process. Do you think it's better to get drafted 58th, or would you go undrafted and choose where you want to go?
Man, hindsight, obviously hearing my name called was the happiest day of my life. I'm from a small town, so but that was like the whole city. You know what I'm saying? That was for everybody. But I was first team all summer league, and the team didn't want me at camp. So getting drafted is crazy. How getting drafted was the best day, but if I wouldn't have got drafted, maybe things would have been a little bit different those first 3-4 years. So
You think that was because of the system? Like you think you're the Spurs? Why
man,
you think that is, man?
no. So
Because I
you know
mean,
where I got
you hear so
drafted?
many stories
I
like
got
that.
drafted to the Spurs. I got traded to Philly that same night.
That's right. That's right. That's
So I
right. That's
mean,
right.
what's so crazy was Philly was doing that. That was the bad Philly. That was when Philly was really bad. That was rough. But what's crazy about it was they wanted me to sign a 4 year deal. The 4 year, that's what they're doing, the 4 year non guarantees. So basically,
Yeah.
y'all know you got to make the team every single year. You got to last until January 12th before you get all your money. So I went to 4 years of college. I'm like, yo, dog, I'm 24, I'm 23. I ain't getting on my first deal until I'm damn near 30. You know what I'm saying? I'm not signing that. So I didn't sign
Facts.
it. Like I said, I was first team all summer league. They told me one of the reasons I played so good because Nerlens was hurt. I'm like, what Nerlens got to do with me? Like, what? And, shout out to Nerlens, but Nerlens ain't no scorer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't
Right.
throwing it down to him on the block to eat. So they told me I could go to Russia or Australia. So Australia was shorter. I never been overseas, and they said Russia was cold as hell. So I that first year that's where I was at.
Yo, I really was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that threw me for a curveball.
Yeah,
Why
that's
was it?
crazy.
Why was it Russia or Australia for one?
I don't know what ties they had to Russia, but Brett Brown was the coach. He's from there. He's from Australia.
Yeah.
So I went to Melbourne. The Sixers in Australia had a good thing going. I guess they can keep eyes on me. And for me, it was hot. You know, it's the opposite of here. It's hot, and the season was like 6 months, maybe a little less if you don't make the playoffs. But we asked to go to camp. They're like, you don't think he's good enough? They don't go to camp, you know, and cut him. They was like, nah, it's like he ain't coming to camp at all.
Simply because you didn't take the 4-year deal.
If I'd have took the 4-year deal, I'd have been on the team. But like I said, I was older.
Yeah.
I was older. You know, so it was for me. It was like, and like you said, I know summer league don't really mean everything, but for a young guy to be first team summer league was tough. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting 25. We winning games, 23 here, 24 here, 25 here. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, I think if you do that type of production on a team that has plans for you or some type of space or whatever it is, then I think, you know, being first team all summer league, it gets you in the camp. It gets you probably a solidified roster.
It gets me into camp.
Right.
Let me go to camp.
Yeah, for sure. Bare minimum. I mean, you see guys like have good summer league performances like a few games in and sign a deal for the season, like, you know, unsigned free agents and whatnot. But I feel like this kind of just speaks to the fact that like a lot of teams, especially on the bottom half of that draft, they don't have plans for these players.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
It was no plans for me. I got drafted myself. Jeremy Grant signed a 4-year deal. Jakar Sampson signed a 4-year deal. KJ McDaniels wouldn't sign it, so they traded him quick. And I think TJ McConnell signed it. Hollis, what's Hollis' name? But Hollis signed
Thompson?
it. Hollis Thompson signed it. Robert Covington signed it. The whole team was on those crazy deals.
So they was just trying to extend summer league. That's all they was trying to do.
They all signed those 4-year non-guarantees, man.
So we gonna get into all this, but I'm gonna jump around because like you pretty much did the same thing. I mean, you was essentially the sixth man in Washington, 6-7, right? Like,
Yeah.
And you putting up 12. I mean, you were scoring 12 a night.
Yeah, like
in the league. Over
12.8, man. Somebody asked me, that's 13 a game, baby. What you?
I need all them buckets, all of them. So like, what's your like feeling or your attitude towards the NBA and towards the game after going through stuff like that? Because it's like, I mean, shit, it's not you producing, you doing what you're supposed to do, and shit ain't falling in place. So what's your attitude after that?
Man, for me, it was just the whole year was crazy because, you know, I don't know if y'all heard, but I'm a clown. So the day when the trade deadline's happening, you know, the locker room's quiet. Everybody on their phone, checking their phones. I'm like, yo, listen, one of y'all motherfuckers not going to be here come 2 hours. So they laugh. They're like, it might be you. I'm like, shit, it might be. Man, I'm in my parking lot like 2:58. The GM called me. Oh, Jordan. I'm just like, man, where I'm going, dog. So like I said, I'm having my best NBA career, my season, my career, my best one. I'm playing behind Brad. Brad was hurt for a couple of games, like over a 10-game stretch. I averaged like 20 when Brad wasn't playing. Like we beat like the top 5 power ranking teams without Brad on the court. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing my thing. I got traded to Denver, and you know, Denver's GM was honest with me. He's like, "Yo, we got guys, we've had guys, so you're not gonna play." So for me, I wasn't salty about that because he was real and he was honest. Will Barton was there for a minute. Morris, they had guys, so I get it. Gary was still there, so I wasn't tripping. You honest, cool. So he was like, "Yo, you wanna, you know, we want you to stay, but we can win a championship, or you can like ask for, you know, a release and go to a worse team." So I was like, "Man, listen, I'm 28, 29, dog. I'm trying to get this money." So I was like, "I got to get out of here." So to make a long story short, I'm supposed to go to Phoenix. So hard, they send my stuff. Denver sends everything I got to Phoenix, all my shoes and everything. We talked to Detroit and told Detroit, don't pick me up. I want to go to Phoenix. They got money. They got opportunity. Don't pick me up. Detroit say, okay. They send myself to Phoenix. Detroit called back. We don't care what you want. We going to sign him anyway. I hop off the plane at 3 o'clock. I play a game at 5 or at 6. No shoes, no nothing. They give me shoes. They give me everything. I play 6, 7 games for them. The pandemic happened. The next year, I don't get back in. Man, it was crazy. I don't know what it was, man. The pandemic. So we didn't go to the bubble. So I was just sitting. So part of me was my immaturity and my being upset at the deals I was getting. I probably should have took a deal like a non-guaranteed, go to camp, make a team. But I was so frustrated with the whole how it all went down and what I went through my 5, 6 years in the league. I told my agent, yo, if China called, I'm out. So they called, I was gone.
Man, basketball is a dirty game. That shit is kind of disheartening for real. I mean, I was about to ask you what the biggest challenge of summer league was, but I guess I want to know what the biggest challenge of managing that grind, just that 5-year grind, and then at what point did you just kind of realize you said you was gonna go to China? What point did you realize you just said fuck it, and it was like, all right, you was cool with it?
I mean, it's just like you battle within yourself of like, what should I have did? Like, should I have stayed in Denver and just stayed and been a great teammate and try to get? But we hoopers. I'm a hooper. You know what I'm saying? I'm a great teammate, but in my mind, I'm gonna get paid for hooping. You know what I'm saying? But so you battle with those type of stuff. When I went to Basconia after we won the championship in Cleveland, that was the same thing. I wanted to get money. I wanted to hoop. You know what I'm saying? Sitting behind those guys like that. And I'm a hooper that understands it. Man, it's LeBron James, it's Shump, it's JR, it's Kai. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I want to play. So my decision to go to Basconia was just like, bro, I'm just trying to hoop, dog. So, you battle with that shit. Should I have stayed? Should I have played it out? Should I have grinded? Should I hit a Gary Payton? Everybody don't got what Gary Payton got. That man, he went through hell for a long time, and it worked out. You know what I'm saying? So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yo, at any point, did you think about like changing your game, to try and stick? Like, you being a scorer, like, okay, well, maybe I should facilitate more or whatever
Man,
it is.
I tried that one time in Philly. They didn't. It was like no long twos. Like they didn't like twos, and I shoot a lot of mid-range shots. So I tried to be like a 3-point shooter, and I wasn't effective. And it's like the thing about it is, I am who I am, bro. I can't change it. I'm a scorer. I'm a scorer by trade. That's what I've done my whole life. I do other things. When you're a scorer, you don't automatically you play no defense. That's the thing. You just don't play defense. I'm like, I've been on teams where guys are like, listen, we're gonna put him in every action, every pick and roll, every this. I'm like, I've never been that guy. Like I've been sometimes I've been on Jordan, you got Dame, you got CJ. I'm like, I thought I was the nigga who don't play defense. You know what I'm saying? But you got Dame. So it's like it's tough. I used to try to change it, but I am who I am, man. Like I'm really good at doing what I do. So nah, I ain't changing it.
Who was your toughest matchup? Who's the toughest player you had to guard?
Man, anybody I say this, anybody who can shoot whenever they want to. Like anybody who has the easiest players is I know that you're gonna shoot the three, you're gonna drive right. You got 2 dribbles and you off of it. You can like a great defender on them.
Yeah.
Now you got guard Dame. He can pull up from half court if he wants to, drive past you. He can do whatever he wants to. Like those type of stars, man, it's hard to guard them because they can shoot at any point whenever they want to.
You ever felt like you had like an advantage? I mean, you have been that, right? So you ever feel like you had like an advantage from a mentality standpoint, like guarding them?
It's so crazy guarding them, like people like that.
Yeah, just matching up with them.
I say this: coming off the bench is smooth. Like dudes can play off the bench, but come off the bench and then like when Brad got hurt and I had to start, that's a totally different game there. Like those starters and the bench players is like starting, you got somebody who making 37, 40, 47 a year. Come off the bench, you hitting on somebody, they may make 3, 4, 5. You know what I'm saying? I got the advantage over them. I feel like I got you. You know what I'm saying? If it's me and you got to stop me, I'm solid. I'm good. I'm good on
that. So what you elaborate a little bit more though on this other than the money point. So for the listeners, just elaborate on what it's like a little bit more.
I mean, when you guard, you think about it, man. Like those starters are like the most elite players in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got, there's some players, there's some players overseas that should be in the NBA. We can do this all day and say that. But those NBA bona fide starters every single year, guarding them, like one mistake is over with. With somebody come off the bench, I got a chance to recover. You're not as fast, you're not as athletic. You don't have it like that sometimes. You got your Lou Wills. It's exceptions to everything I'm saying, but for the overall, I mean, coming off the bench was smooth. It was smooth for me. Like I liked it. I see Brandon locker room. You playing tonight? Nah, I ain't playing. I'm like, damn, nah, man, you gotta change your whole mind for that shit, dog.
Nah,
Like your
facts.
whole mindset gotta change. Like, okay, he ain't playing. I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be a total. I gotta change my shit. So
Nah, that's
it's
true.
different.
All right, but when you get in that start, like, how are you feeling, like, offensively? Like, are you a little hesitant knowing that, like, okay, because as a scorer, like, you get one bucket, like, you gonna keep it going. Like, your instinct is to score, but at the same time, you ain't trying to come out there jacking, like, because you
Yeah,
wanna
you want to
keep
keep
your
your minutes for
minutes.
sure. It's just like the Wizards was the most comfortable I ever was. I had a pretty good green light. They knew what I can do. They ran plays for me. With the Cavs, it was more nervous because I only would start or play. If Kyrie was hurt, Braun was hurt, I would get some minutes. Being on the court with them, it's like, damn, I don't want to mess up, dog. Like Braun done broke three people down. He no look past you to the three. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's your teammate. You want to make that shot. So playing like that was more nerve wracking because you just want to be perfect for them. You know what I'm saying?
That's I've always wondered that question. Is it easy? You answered it, but is it easier to have less expectations in the league or have people counting on you? You know what I'm saying? Like you need it. You 13. You 12.8. We need that 12.8 every night.
Yeah. See that's in the 12.8, man. My rounded 13. I appreciate you,
my
but
fault. My fault.
but I knew, man. I was so comfortable, dog. Like I knew at 6 minutes I'm starting to take off my pants. I knew what was going on. I knew I'm going in at this time every game, and my level of comfort. You seen it when I was playing. Like if I missed a shot, I wasn't like, damn, I'm about to come out because I was so
Right.
comfortable. When I played for the Cavs, it was like it's a lot of dudes over here, dog. You make a mistake if you want to, like somebody coming to get you for sure. So it was, that was different. Being comfortable in the league is, I mean, that's a huge thing.
We go. I forgot too. I apologize too with your intro. That's it. NBA champion Jordan McRae too. That's
Oh
my bad,
yeah,
dog.
yeah,
My
nah.
fault. Yeah, put some respect on your name. But
For
real
sure.
quick, before we get into that, I want y'all, both of y'all, what's the tiers in the league? Like you said, you got your starters, 37. They're making 37-40. But, as basketball players, we always talk like you got, maybe 10, 15
Mm,
superstars, level one, whatever,
mm.
tiered, level two. So how y'all breaking that down in y'all mind? And for Jordan first, obviously you the guest.
Nah, I'm breaking it down like an airplane, man. You got your first class, you got your Delta Comfort, and then you got everybody else. You know what I'm saying? To be on the plane is dope. You on the plane, you know what I'm saying? So you got some game, but that first class seating is what. If you going, I mean, if you going like from east to west coast, what you got? 12 seats, 13, 14, 15 seats on there. You know what I'm
15
saying?
seats?
15
All
seats. So
right. No, that's fact.
you got your LeBrons who up there. Then your middle seats, you got some other people in that comfort, and everybody else is the rest.
yo, yo, I like that, yo. I ain't gonna lie, I like that. I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna bite
Yeah,
that.
that's a
I'm gonna bite
great
that for sure.
that's a great metaphor for sure. That's a great metaphor for sure, man. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's less superstars in the league than we think, man. I think we have to figure out how we all define superstar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot that goes with it. But I think there's less superstars in the league than we think. So, maybe that airplane is more like one of those overseas airplanes where you get a seat in 4D and you thinking you first
Nah.
class. That joint's economy.
I was about
They
to say
pull
they
that
pull the
curtain.
curtain right back.
Hey, some people got the. You
right.
think you're in first class until you see that dude. He laying down. He got the pod over his head.
Man. So hold on. So them dudes
That's a
like Tatum,
fact.
Luca right now, they in that. To me, they not quite in that Bron category, KD category. They in Delta Comfort or they first class? Like that up and coming star. You know what I'm saying? Like that class
I'm.
of.
I mean, what Jason just did to take his team to the finals. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. I mean, what you got to
Right
think,
there.
man? Jason's what, 23, like 24. Like they got time. Like I feel like sometimes not saying him, but they throw that superstar stamp on people sometimes way too soon.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
facts,
But
facts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to still think like Braun ain't going nowhere. You still got, I know Kai didn't play a lot of games last year, but nobody wants to guard him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, but I feel like Luka's closer to being the face of the league than Jason, and I'm talking about more so with stuff like outside of the court too, just him being international and everything, just his impact internationally. I think there's so many things that have him being closer to being that face of the league as opposed to like a Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying right now. So, and that's why I say that like superstar being a superstar in the league, like there's a talent
oh, it's
aspect
off the
to it,
court.
but then there's also like an
Yeah,
impact.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the impact. It's the impact aspect as well. You know what I mean? So I think that you gotta weigh a little bit of that off the court stuff in there as
That
well.
that impact stuff though is so determined. It really don't got. I mean, it got something to do with basketball. It got a lot to do with basketball, but some of that is given. Like Luka been picked to win MVP 3 years in a row by the media. Like, how you supposed to control that? That ain't.
But see, what I don't what,
Is
what I
it,
don't like about that is how you can do the same thing every year and people get bored with it. Like Giannis' numbers were the exact same, if not better, than he won the last two MVPs. And then this year he's not even in like top three. Like, don't be mad because I'm gonna do it every year. I'm average 29, 10 and 7 or 10 and 8. Like, if I was in the conversation last year, why am I not this year? And my team is number one in the East still.
so I think that's
Yeah.
because Giannis is they looking for that heir apparent to Bron, in my opinion, from a business standpoint. And I think Giannis is a little. I don't think Giannis. I don't think they believe that Giannis can be that. I think they think he can be great, but not in that GOAT conversation. Whereas Luka probably, maybe Tatum, if they,
I just think like I feel like it's some people that we shouldn't mention names, and I feel like that's a problem. Like, let's not compare nobody to Jordan. Let's not compare nobody to LeBron. Like, let's leave them alone. I don't think there's gonna be another LeBron. I don't think we ain't seeing that again. Like with Jordan, you could duplicate Kobe tried because obviously they both 6'6". Bron is out here 6'9", like 270, running a 4.2 and 30, and he's still doing that 38. Like, when the hell are you gonna see that again?
hey, I heard Bron used to lie about his weight too. They say he used to list at 250 and Buddy was really like 275.
I don't know. Every time Braun has ever got on a scale in Cleveland, he would put his hands over it, and somebody come, he would hop off. So I don't know. I don't know if
Yeah.
He would hop off, still
yeah.
keeping it covered so nobody see it. The digital joint take a minute to
I
go
don't know if
away.
he does that still, but I couldn't tell you how much he weigh. I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, so like who y'all think is gonna be the next face? Who y'all think is gonna be the next face of the league after obviously Bron and KD, Steph and them gone? Who the next face of the league? So like we talking like a player, let's say like 25, 26 and under.
Man, that whole little group right now between Trey, Ja, Luca, Jason, D Book, that whole little group right there is tough. Like, they tough as hell, dog. But I don't think we can just pick one though. Like, I don't. If you think of the
Yeah.
NBA, you think of LeBron. Like, no matter where you are, I don't think you can just pick one guy no more. It's gonna have to be like
Yeah.
the commercial where it's all five of them behind the NBA logo or something.
Yeah.
All right, time out. All right, out of that group, who gonna get the most chips?
Jason,
Mm.
because I mean Phoenix with Chris Paul, he getting older. John Morant, it's hard to get a free agent to go to Memphis. It's hard to get a free agent to come to Atlanta.
But shit, Atlanta got a nice little core though. If they can, I don't know why they've been trying to trade John Collins for like 3 years.
I
Like
don't
that shit
know
don't
either.
make like,
He be out
yeah,
there
like,
producing.
I'm interested to see how Dejounte and Trey work, because that's two people
yeah,
who both have the ball. They're both
yeah.
effective with the ball. Dejounte, 20. What do you do? Like 22, 9 and 8 or something last year.
Yeah. They both
Yeah.
good passers. They both can pass that thing though too. I mean, that's why. I mean, obviously, I think Dame and CJ went right away, but I
But let
think
me
they
ask you
play
this:
differently.
does Trey want to average 8 assists? That's not a lob. Like, does he want to? You know those guys who get the assists just off lobs, and I'm gonna spray it to you. Do Trey want to just throw it up to you and let you?
Do he want to pass for the
Mm-hmm.
assist? Trey like Slucas with that shit. He gonna hold that bitch until somebody open and tell you to shoot it. Like,
Shoot it. Nah, but I think. Do you think Atlanta's trying to get Trey to work off the ball a little bit, like how they do Steph
I
and
mean,
Golden State, by
when
bringing
you're a
DeJounte in
superstar
there?
like that, man, they can try. It's a matter of if he gonna do it or not. If he wants to do it, I think. Oh, the
Right.
older he'll get tired of it. He'll get tired of in and out and five people doing this, doing that the whole
yeah,
40 minutes. He'll get tired of it.
yeah,
I mean, his
yeah.
body would he'll get tired.
I'm a, I'm gonna say Jason too. I'm gonna say Tatum gonna get the most chips myself. I think just that wing. It's a wings league. Luka still don't play no damn defense. They got the
And then
core already set up.
they just got better.
Yeah, like they would have to say like they really gonna have to fuck that up in Boston for real. Like they gonna have to try to fuck that up
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
they just got too much. They got too much shit for with them right now. So
Mm,
I mean we gonna see. But speaking of
sure.
chips, you got one yourself, 2016 man. Tell us about that experience. Playing with LeBron, Kyrie, J.R. Smith, all them dudes. You was with my guy Alex Kirk for a minute too, right? Before he
Yeah,
got traded out of there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So tell us about that experience, man.
I mean, just like you really think you think you nice. Like it's a you just see it like night in and night out, man. And I was kind of just telling my AU team this the other day. I'm like, bro, they played really good one game, and then the next game it was bullshit. I'm just like, dog, the greatest players, bro, when they don't feel good, they don't give you 30. When they don't feel like being there, they don't give you 30. They just went out all night, they don't give you 30. It's like that level of consistency was something that the Cavs like. Even on my other teams, I've never seen that not like that. Like this, their ability to turn it on is huge games. They take it up another notch. Like seeing them both get 40 on the same night, like it was crazy. That's something I'll never forget.
Was it like what was the most impressive thing, or what did you learn from them dudes? Was it the preparation? Like it's obviously from the production, but like what went into it that you took away
Uh,
from it?
just we were a team that we didn't practice that much, but like you said, how they prepped and like nobody needed to fight with them. And keep in mind, Kai was 24, 25 at the time, and like we were all young and nobody needed to force them to do nothing. They came in, they got their work. You know what I'm saying? They worked, and then we had a team practice and the level of focus during walkthroughs, and like you would feel stupid if you wasn't on the same page as everybody else. So it's like watching them, it make you want to be like, I don't want to be the guy that's left behind who don't know nothing, who don't know how to do this and that. So just a level of like attention to small detail. Something funny one time, me and Kai used to always sit at the end of the bench, and the other team is shooting free throws. I'm daydreaming, I'm not paying attention, so I just clapped when they made it. I started to clap when they made the free throw, and Kai just goes off. Dog, you can't pay attention for 2 hours, dog. You can't just lock in for 2 hours. You clapping for the wrong team. I'm just like, I'm just like, damn, bro. My bad, bro. I was daydreaming, not, you know what I'm saying? Not paying attention, but he was pissed, dog. He was so mad. I was just like, it was funny as hell.
yo, that's dope. I'm glad you told that too, cause I was up at 7 a.m. this morning arguing with people about Kyrie. Man, he get too much disrespect for not being a leader and not this and
Man.
that. And it's I ain't been around him, but yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's man one of the. I don't let no Kyrie disrespect, hate happen around me because I'm arguing with you, man. That being ready to play, playing extremely hard, like knowing the game, like sometimes they want to rest. Now I'm playing Dame tonight, or sometimes they want a superstar to guard somebody else. Man, I want Dame. Kai, you got to rest. We just no, I want Dame, but that was him. Like that competitive nature. Like man, me, him, and Shump play ones after practice every single day.
Mm.
The people in the front office came to us like, listen, y'all just stay away from Kai. Just you know, if Kai see y'all, he gonna play. Just walk after practice, leave, just walk away. That's him. Like Kai want action. Like that's the. So I don't, I don't let none of that go down with me. That's my guy.
Man, I think Goods hit me this morning because I think he thought I was up because I think he saw I might be responding to something on Instagram and I was really just up in a full blown argument with strangers about Kyrie Irving like 7 a.m. Like, nah, we not going for that. But what was the ones like? You ever won? You any wins?
Man, me and Kai got really close because we played ones. He was getting back from injury when I first got there. We knew each other passing AAU, and we played. It was me and Phil Handy, the coach, the Lakers now, against Trazen Lane. He might be the GM somewhere or assistant GM somewhere. So we played 2-on-2, and me and Phil was giving it to him. They arguing, they mad, man. We played. Kai had a game the next day. I knew I wasn't gonna play. It was my first day there. Man, we might have played for like 4 hours straight. Like just kept playing, and it was just like, well, I'm like, yo, this dude, he just like me. He want to hoop. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we got cool. We just, and ever since then, me and him been it's tight as ever. Yeah,
that's what's up, man. It's funny, man. I've known Phil since way back, like back in the day from the Bay Area and whatnot. And I remember during that championship run, man, I was watching some interview or something, and he was saying that like he had came in the locker room and like spazzed out, as y'all started to make that run and stuff like that. What was Phil's like impact on the team, especially like working out with you guys and the guards?
Man, as you know, man, Phil's like highly respected in the league. Like, and not only the guys he works out, like when he works you out, it's like the attention to detail, like your foot pointed this way or your knees, you got to be this. Like it's everything is so. Yeah, he explains everything, so you know exactly what you're doing and why you're doing it. And because Phil's like that, man, Phil's the guy that you can go to and he can tell you straight up, like, Phil, how come not playing? Man, Jay, you got to knock down shots, man. Like, when Bron and them in the game with you, Jordan, you can't put the ball on the floor like that. They don't need you to do that. And so you need that guy who's going to keep it real with you. Like, Phil being able to tell Bron or be able to tell Kai or Caleb or whoever it was, he was always able to talk to everybody on the same level. So with that respect, when Phil talks, everybody knew – because Phil wouldn't really cuss at you or get mad at you often, but when he does, it's like, okay, I'm on some bullshit. If Phil's at this point, I ain't doing something right.
Man, that's that kind of behind the scenes stuff you only get if you in it. We talk about pro culture a lot on here, and like having someone teach you like that is dope. Is it ever difficult? Make sure I phrase this the right way. Is it ever difficult to learn from LeBron or Kyrie? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me preface it real quick. Like, I watched LeBron, and I'm like, damn, he came off the ball screen. He saw this dude under the rim, and he made this pass. But I'm like, I can't really make that pass because I'm not 6'8", you know what I'm saying, and don't have that vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say, like, people like that, like, not to ever discredit nobody's hard work, but God's blessed them with some things that Kyrie's handle, Bron's size, Bron's vision.
Right.
Like they have some. I would say going in a situation like that, you got to take away like for Bron his IQ. Like you got his attention to detail, him knowing he know every person he's going to guard. He knows what they do. He knows the scout report. Bron can run a scout on a team by itself. He don't need no coach in there. So I would say if I'm gonna take something away from him, I can't be 6'9". I can't be 240. Just ain't gonna happen. 2 or however much Bron weigh. You know what I'm saying? I can't be that. So it's just like I would take away other things from him before I would try to dive into his physical attributes and all the other stuff like that.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, Bron would say crazy shit like, "Y'all, this is the same play that they run for so and so from the Hawks." He'd be like, "Bro, we played the Hawks 3 months ago. Like, what are you talking about, dude?" Like you the only person that know who they run the play for, and it's the same play for the Hawks. Like that's just his genius. So when I see him on TV recalling a whole segment of a play of 4 or 5 possessions down, you like, yeah, that's normal. That was normal. He did it all the time.
Yo, what's crazy? I think everybody I know that's played with Bron got a story like that. I think Jawad Williams told me one time he was in the corner and Bron was at like a pinch post or something like that, and he was talking to him across the court like, "Wad, if he move, cut. If he don't move, I'm gonna hit you in the hands." And he said, dude like flinched an inch and cut back door, hit him with a bounce pass, dunk. I was like, damn.
Man, he knows like and that's part of just being prepared and knowing, like JT, if I throw this ball, you're supposed to be here. Like you're supposed to be in this spot. You know what I'm saying? The spots on the floor, like what plays supposed to do what. Like that, being on that team, it made me pay attention more and want to know everybody's position. Cause like I said, you not knowing what you ain't supposed to on that team, like you was gonna get embarrassed. Like everybody know everything, and now you sitting here like, damn, I only know this one spot, and now they moving you around and shit. So it was embarrassing if you didn't know.
So were you watching more film because of that, or studying playbooks, or what were you, or looking at the scouting report?
Man,
a little
everything,
deeper? What
man.
were you doing?
And my biggest thing was with Kyle Korver told me, he was like, bro, I can't move for shit. He was like, but at least I'm not quick. You guys don't get past me if I try. He's like, I got to be in the right spots. So he was the first person like, okay, on defense, being right here where I'm supposed to be at is half the battle. You know what I'm saying? So being on a vet team like that, you learning every single day. You learning about everything I got to do with basketball, man. You learning it. I mean, being in the locker room, we were down 3-1, and to see nobody, we ain't throwing no bottles, wasn't nobody mad, cussing nobody out. I remember, I forgot who it was. Somebody was like, yo, it's going to be a little bit harder this time, but it's all good. I'm like, damn, a little bit harder. This shit is damn near impossible. Like, these niggas is good. Like, these niggas cold over there. But it was crazy.
Hey, we got to know though, real quick. What was that celebration like after y'all won? Y'all went to Vegas or something?
Yeah, we went to Vegas. Like we got on the plane, went straight to Vegas. But just it was dope, man. It was so dope seeing the trainers turn, seeing the suits, people who ain't really turned, seeing them walk up to the plane. They struggling to get up the plane. It was just so dope just to see everybody that happy. And it was just like sometimes you just get bored with greatness. And I say that about Bron because I did at times. I look up on the bench. Oh, Bron got 50, 12, and 8. Oh, okay. And then you catch yourself like, damn, nigga, he got 50, 12, and 8. Like, what do you do? Well, that's great. But you just, he does it every Kai 45. You see K Love had one. I think he had 29 in the quarter when I was there one time. And it was just, you thought it was normal. And it's like, bro, that's not normal. Like, nothing about this is normal.
Hey, was you there for was that 16 that Spurs game, that Spurs overtime game where Kai went for 50?
I want to say I got there like that was the 15 part. I got there
in the 16. Okay,
like right January, February. Yeah.
Because that game, I might have sprinted on the court after that game. That shit was crazy. Man, I still watch them highlights.
Still to this day, dog. Like that's always gonna be like a place that I can go to find, to be motivated, and to be a young player. When I got in with Richard Jefferson, and those guys were playing garbage time with me because they had to. I would pass on the ball, they would look at me and throw it back. I come down and get an assist, they throw it back. I'm like, bro, go. You go. Like, bro, it's your time. Like, go. I don't want them. RJ was like 34, 35 at the time. Like, bro, I don't want this action. It's all you. Go ahead and do your thing. So that was love, and I didn't know what they were doing back then, but now I see it and I'm like, dog, that's dope.
That's hella dope. What have you reaching the top of the mountain, playing with some of the greatest players ever, and then, obviously going to Europe, how do you stay motivated, to keep getting better, to keep hooping?
No, I love hoop. I mean, hoop is hoop. Like, and one thing I do, and everybody's good. Like, you see some great guys, you see some Europe guys. You see some like Shane. You got guys that are exceptional, and that could be pretty good in the league. So, I don't go into like think Europe was going to be easy. I never thought that, or I never was like, or talking down on it, or didn't. I don't like when NBA guys talk about Europe. I don't like when Europe guys talk about the NBA. I don't like either one of them. Because I've been at both. I hate seeing Europe guys say, "Oh, it's easy to score in the NBA." Like, let's slow down. Let's slow down a little bit. And it's very hard to score in Europe. So let's just leave that there and leave that there. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But the motivation is just hooping, man. Always trying to win. Always find a new reason to be motivated. You know what I'm saying?
I got an ongoing conversation, a 2-year conversation about are there bums in the NBA?
Not one, bro.
Not one. Not a single.
Oh man.
Not a single one.
Like people
except the NASAs.
Nigga.
Nah, I'm just playing. Hey, I need to. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Nah, you funny as hell for that. I mean, but it's like people that's good at what they do. I mean,
The facts.
like you're not gonna ask Gary Payton. Gary Payton get $28 million to shoot nobody's threes, defend, guard, dunk, make plays, get on a. That's what he got his money for. So it's like you got your people that's good at certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the part that people got to understand is when an NBA player goes to Europe, why do you think everybody's going to score 30? He wasn't scoring 30. That's not what he does. Oh, he got worse. No, he didn't. Like, y'all just put expectations on him to do something that he don't even do no way.
I go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think scoring in Europe too, like the game is different, the rules are different. Like you got to use your mind in a different way. Like you got to react in a different way. You can't sweep. You can't just get the ball and sweep like you do in the league. There are so many so many weapons that certain guys have in the league that get taken away when you come play in Europe, and and that's outside of whoever your teammates were while you were there, and now you done switched up and came to Europe as well because. Certain guys in Europe gonna have that ball in their hands, and you might only get 8 shots, and it's whatever you do
feel
with
like
these 8
that was
shots.
the weird thing for me because, like I said, this is my first full year in Europe in Baskonia. I got hurt before the season started, and I played like 2 games. But for me, it was hard for me. Just like it took me a minute to find my spots and coming to France. I got the NBA name, so it was people would guard me a little different. But what just blows me about Europe, and it will forever blow me. I've never seen it more than this. You can have 25 in the first half and end the game with 27. Like how? Why did you only get 2 more shots? You just went 10 for 12 in the first half, and you end the game with 1 more shot in the second. I'll never understand that. I'll never.
And in some spots, you might have 25 in the first half and not play again until the fourth quarter. Like you're not. Maybe that's extreme, but they might just ice by your own coach.
Yeah, like
fact.
playing 11 guys this year for me was I had to adjust to that. We're playing 11 people in a 40-minute game. How was this? Like, how do you? But I mean, it was a different thing for me. I had some good teammates who've been in Europe for a minute, so they helped me along the way. But it's difficult to score in Europe for sure. Like, I don't want nobody to get that twisted. It's hard, especially for me. I used to tell Will Cummins, my teammate, shout out to Will. I'm like, bro, you small. You can in and out somebody real quick. I'm like, I'm 6'5", so I want to set somebody up. And by the time I set somebody up, it's another dude coming. So I had to figure it out.
What did you take from all your experiences to Europe, specifically that first year in Baskonia? Because you had a shoulder injury, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shoulder injury, and I mean, I'm assuming it was just a tough experience because I know they was probably trying to make you play through it and do all that. So what'd you take from the NBA to Europe? And you can answer that first, and I'll ask another question.
What I took from NBA to Europe, trying to get prepared was a little harder. Like, cause you want to be in the gym, getting up extra shots. You want to be doing something a little extra that you would do in the league. Cause most people would think like, people just say corny shit. Oh, well, these facilities ain't the same. No, this ain't the same. Like, bro, I don't care about none of that. Like, I'm trying to get up these extra shots. Like, that's the stuff that I want. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about the hot tub or cold tub. I ain't getting that shit no way. Y'all boys ain't even showered before y'all got in there. So I'm not getting in that no way. So I can care less about the amenities. Like, trying to get up extra shots and trying to put up getting extra work or, so that I struggle with that for sure.
Yo, Europe is the worst for that in regards to making gyms being available, across the board, and then having somebody in there to rebound for you once the gym is available. You know what I mean? I feel like it's like, but they sit there and cry talking about they want to win a championship, whatever it is. But it's like when you got that player that wants to get in there at 9, 10 o'clock at night. Oh, you can't go.
Cause,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know if y'all about y'all family, but my family wasn't there. Like, what's I'm about to do? I might as well go get up some shots or something. And so I was in Paris this year. So in Paris, like that gym was hard to be available. We got put out the gym sometimes. Like y'all can't practice here. Y'all got to go practice over here in the rec. Like damn, ain't this our gym? So
And also there's shit to do in Paris for sure.
it is
Yeah.
100%, 100%, 100%,
There's
100%.
definitely shit to do in Paris. And also, I don't know who really want to win a championship for real when you got to finish on July 15th the following year. Like that's
Bro,
y'all can keep
we
that shit.
man, we wanted a Normatec this year, and we couldn't get one. Wanted a Normatec, and we like y'all got us
Yeah.
playing 38 minutes, and we can't get a Normatec. Like, what's up? Like,
Yo, would y'all rather win 10 championships overseas or have 5 weeks of freedom for 10 years but because you're winning those championships? Like which one would y'all rather just be able to have, like the summer break, or would you rather have those 10
can I?
championships? Would you have a
Wait,
longer break or 10
how long
championships?
of a break?
Well, because when you win a championship, you got like five,
Yeah,
6 weeks. Like you get home
yeah,
in the June, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you coming back like mid August, like
yeah,
6 weeks, right? So would you rather have the 10 championships and only 6 weeks break for 10
yeah.
for 10 years, or would you rather have no championships and then have
Uh,
your summers
can I win
for a
five
career?
championships?
That's what I'm saying. Can we cut that?
No, we going 10-0. We going 10-0. Nah, we going ten and
Nigga,
none.
two. Let me
Ten
get
and
two. We
none.
good. 2, 3.
Hey, hold on,
Nah,
hold on.
10-0.
Which
Ten
championship we
and
talking? We
none.
talking Euro League? We talking Euro Cup? We talking Champions? Or we win it?
We go top. We'll go top. We'll go
Uh,
Euro League. We'll
oh,
get a
Euro
Euro
League.
League.
I'll take the Euro League. I'll take the Euro League.
I'll take Euro League.
The
10
10
Euro
Euro
League.
Because
League.
I'm because
Okay,
I
what if
because
it's Euro Cup? What if it's FIBA
I'll
Europe
take
Cup?
your
What if
I'll
it's
take that
FIBA
too because
Europe
you
Cup?
probably ain't working again. Like you good. I'm gonna have my whole life to kick it. You probably made a lot of
Where am
money.
I at?
Facts.
That's
Facts.
a good point. Hey, that's probably the most important
Facts.
question.
Fact.
That's probably the
Hey,
most
am I
important
am I
question.
Istanbul? I'm Paris. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Athens. That.
I was about to
You
say.
and
I was
Graveline.
about to
You
say
and
you in
Graveline.
Limoges.
Send me home.
Yeah, keep them chips.
Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool with grab lanes, baby. Send me to the crib. Look, y'all just like kill any offer grab lanes will ever offer me now.
All
Go.
right. That's all right. That's all right. That was your answer anyway. You was refusing any offer anyway, so you good. Fuck all that. All right? Would you rather be EuroLeague first team right now or 10th man on the NBA roster?
EuroLeague first team.
Yeah,
That
for
was
sure.
easy, huh? Fuck my question,
Yeah.
man.
No,
All
because because
Yeah,
because some you gotta think about it. Man, I tell people all the time, man, Shane probably making I ain't in Shane pockets. Shane probably making more 40% of the NBA. You know how many guys are on 1 year deals and that 2.5 after taxes turning into 1.6, and after you done bought that dumbass of an apartment downtown, you know what I'm saying? And you got a G wagon, you ain't coming in there with a four fusion in that NBA garage. So you going home with 900,000.
That's facts. You can't pull up with the Ford Fusion. I'm pulling up with the Ford
No,
Fusion.
you're
Fuck
not.
it.
No, you're
I'm
not.
gonna
No,
get
you're
cut.
not.
Yeah. I'm pulling up with the
no,
Ford.
you're not.
I'm
Man,
like
listen.
Morris.
When
I
I
ain't gonna.
hey,
I'm,
when
No, no,
I
no. He was just in the fountain blue last week. He was in the fountain blue last week. I couldn't catch him. He like, yo, meet me on the boat though. He's like, meet me on the boat. I had to catch
hey,
him on the water. You know what I mean? I couldn't
hey,
catch him on the
nigga.
mainland.
I
But
was
he in the
trying to
Ford
live like
Fusion.
Drake for 2 days. Fuck you talking about? I'm trying to live like a rapper.
I tell you this, man, you ain't going to no NBA underground parking and no fusion. First of all, the team security gonna make it roll down the window. Like, you on the team? They try to figure out ain't no fusion coming out here.
Shit, you never know. I might, man. But hey, so what's something that, as far as Europe goes, and me and Ann have talked about this a little bit. How can you make Europe more attractive from an entertainment standpoint? Specifically, like, can you make European free agency more attractive, or like, what's a step you could take to make EuroLeague more entertaining financially? I guess.
This I guess it's my first year, so niggas don't watch it like he don't know. He only been over here 1 year. But
fuck
I
what they
don't.
talk about.
I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel like certain spots be popping though. Like you know what I'm saying. You got your teams that are crazy, and then you got those other teams like those in those some of them terrible cities, dog. Like it's some bad cities, like really bad. Like the food's bad. Like you're not even eating right before the game because the city's so terrible, and you can't really delete those cities because some of them cities have the best fans. So I don't know if there's a way to do anything with you. I mean, I don't know. From my experience, I've been there so far. Lamo's fans are fantastic, but
that is it. That I used to stare out at the bridge for fun in Limoges, like for
man, like
30 minutes at a time. That shit is terrible.
what you gonna do in places like that? So I
Not a
mean,
damn thing.
I don't know, man. That's some of the best fans are in the worst spots. But we played. I thought it was a country in Spain, but it's not. I know what I'm talking about. They play in the Spanish league, but they're not. It's its own country.
Oh, you
Gran
talking about on the
Canaria.
island?
No,
No, you talking about? Oh,
Gran Canarias.
what? Tenerife?
Cody played for them this year, and start with an A. Andorra.
Andorra.
Andorra is its own
Andorra.
country? Oh, I didn't even know
Andorra.
that.
Yo, I didn't know until I went there, and Verizon was
Yeah, I
like,
didn't know
"Listen, we don't do no cellular data out here in Andorra." I'm like,
I think it's kind of like
Yeah,
Monaco.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a, it's
Yeah.
like a
Nah, yeah,
territory.
but I didn't know that. I didn't know that at
"Bro, my
all.
phone didn't work. Like, you could text. Verizon can work everywhere." It was like we don't
Right.
support no cellular data out here at all.
They got their own what they got, a president, or they got their own shit and
I
all
don't
that?
know,
Can't
but I
hear.
thought they were a Spanish team. They play in, in the,
Nah,
but nah,
I
it's his
thought
own
that too. You
thing.
just said that.
Yeah, it's his own
I had
thing.
no
Yeah,
idea.
I didn't know Monaco, and maybe I'm
Mm-hmm.
showing my geography. I thought Monaco was a part of France.
Yeah, no, Monaco got its own
Uh,
legislation, laws, all that.
Yeah, they got their own thing
I knew
going.
that one.
Yeah.
I knew that one. But what you got for us, Ant? A little culture.
Yeah, yeah, nah. So it's travel ball season, and obviously the AAU teams are they up in full effect. It's college recruiting season and everything else. But yeah, my question is like how important, looking back on it, like travel ball, especially for me, man, just looking back at like my pro career and like travel ball. I feel like travel ball prepares you for a lot of different scenarios within your pro career. In regards to Portsmouth, whether it be summer league, G League, you're playing on teams with a whole lot of turnover, new guys coming in. You gotta prove yourself on a team with a bunch of other people trying to prove themselves, like, and even overseas, like just dealing with the instability and just the BS that comes with some overseas teams. But I guess the question is like how is your travel ball experience? How do you think it impacted or prepared you for your
uh,
pro career?
so I come from a really small town, Hinesville, Georgia, and I played AU there first. So we came to Atlanta every weekend. Like Atlanta was the pinnacle, and playing against the Celtics and the Georgia Stars was like, yo, if we beat them, like we would be throwing a whole parade and party. So we never could beat them. They were always good. But when I got the call to play with the Celtics, like that changed my life. Like you said, prepare me my first time on the airplane. Like we're actually moving like a college team, and playing with the Celtics prepared me for college. Like just the travel, like going to sleep, being prepared to play, like the way they treated us as athletes. We get a big tournament, they give us a new pair of shoes, we had bags, you know what I'm saying? So being on the Celtics was like really, and then also seeing, like you said, seeing players. I played like Derek Favors was there. Ryan Harrow back then was famous, damn near. If the internet had, we had the internet back then, Ryan Harrow would be an internet sensation. You know what I'm saying? So seeing a lot of those
Mm-hmm.
guys, and then just seeing how they move and the attention they got. They signing autographs. D. Faith signing 50,000 autographs after an AAU game. So like AAU, you never think it prepares you for college, but I don't think it does anymore. But that's a different conversation. But yeah, I think it did then though for sure.
Go ahead, and what you mean it doesn't prepare you for college anymore?
I mean, I have an AAU team now, so um, we try to teach in the right way. I try to use all my experiences up and down. I ain't got no problem telling the kid how I fucked up, how I may have lost some money here and there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of it. You can't just tell them all the great things. But playing some of these teams, man, like you teaching kids to duck action at a young age. Like my year team's pretty good. We're not a shoe deal team yet. It's our first year, but we beat a lot of shoe deal teams. This past weekend, I ain't gonna say no names, but we had a shoe deal team who was like, "Yeah, we're not playing now." I'm like, "For what? We not playing?" Like you teaching kids like if you the best, then be the best all the time. Don't be the best. Don't just play. Don't just get beat by teams on your level. Like you feel like we sorry, you feel like you don't need to play us, then you gotta show me every time.
Nah,
So,
facts.
and then like I'm old school at heart. All this rest. We would play 27 games in one day. What are you talking
Man,
about? Oh yeah, he's at
man,
his max. He played 4 games this weekend. What are we doing,
man.
man?
He's
What are we
at
doing,
his
dog?
max.
What
At
Man,
15, he's
what are
at
we
man.
his
doing,
max.
bro? Like,
Cats used to be playing 10 games to get to a championship at
and if
Kingwood
and
or
if you
something
lost,
like
if you lost and you were in the
What?
losers bracket to get back in the winners, you had to play 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, what are you,
that. Bro, it was really just rolling the ball out, going to play. Like you finish on one court, go right to the next court for
yeah.
real.
So we're
But
just like, I feel like the generation now is soft. With your best player, you got to watch how you talk to him. Because if you talk to him too bad, then he may lead the Stars and go to the Celtics. Like
There
mm-hmm.
you go.
that's corny.
Yeah, it is. It is. That I mean, for me, that's what travel ball AU. That's what it's all about. Was a competition. Just because in Minneapolis, and this is the only time I'm gonna say this. So, Minneapolis, you don't get the best competition, especially growing up. You know what I'm saying? So you one of the best. So when we was with Pulley going out on the circuit, I mean, that's when you really was like, oh, all right, like this is what's out here. So you got to
I'm
figure it
gonna
out.
find out where I'm at.
I'm gonna
Like
find out where I'm at.
if you
Like
telling
my
me I'm
homeboy.
playing a top 10 person, you getting nice rest. Like you saw you really getting it in. These kids now, man, they might not play.
Hey, my homeboy still clown me to this day because we was at Kingwood and we was in the third place game. It was like the eighth game, eighth game of the day, and we went in the back gym wherever one of the high schools, and we had double pump with Drew Holiday and like Jeremy Anderson. Drew Holiday crossed the shit out of me on the first play of the game, and I still get clowned to this day. Like these niggas will pull it up at a bar, and just to show it to people that they don't know. Like, so
Hey,
that
look,
competition
I
was
know
different.
that quality of that video is terrible.
Terrible. That's what I be telling you. That's not even me. Like, hey, even me.
But like the game changing. You got some cold players, but like it's just changing, man. People don't. I try to tell my players to go. They be like, how can I get better? I'm like, you got to work, but go hoop. Like, go
Facts.
try some shit. Go on. I remember we didn't have trainers. So I remember in my class, it was Brandon Knight was one of like the most consistent from like eighth grade to our senior year. He was always like top five. I would go on YouTube, watch what Brandon was doing with his trainer. I go in the gym. I used to do it by myself. Like I don't have a trainer, but this is what he's doing. He's top 10. So hell, let me try it.
Yeah. I feel like none of these kids now want to get embarrassed either. Like like they don't want to look bad for
Yeah.
sure, which I think
They ain't trying to
Bro,
end up
it's
on
so
Swish coaches, man.
it's
Like
so many cameras, dog. It's
nah, that's
yeah.
a
so many
fact though.
cameras. My team was just bullshitting a little bit during the timeout. I told them, I said, y'all count them. I counted 15 cameras. I said, y'all keep playing like this, bro. I said, it's 15 cameras over there, dog. Like somebody's watching. There's 15 of them motherfuckers. They sending it somewhere. They want to do something with it.
Right.
I mean, everybody gonna get
Facts.
got. And like the funny thing is, is like me and my partner Jordan with Swish Coaches, we both have some like embarrassing moments that Jordan went viral. I'm not gonna say what his moment was. He went viral though. Mine didn't go viral, but it's just like I'm waiting for the day that somebody digs that up and like tag Swish, because I mean we've all had our moments, and it's like, it's funny because okay, we see a tape and we see somebody get dropped or somebody get bodied crazy, like yeah, for sure we posting it. But I mean, it's just part of the game, man. And I think that whoever is on the bad end of that, they do take it personal because people tagging
I
you and
mean, bro,
talking
it's all
shit.
like you
But
said. It's the
I mean,
love.
it's
It's the
part of the
fun. Like
game.
you know what I'm saying. We on the era soft, man. Like you're gonna get talked about. You got crossed over. We're gonna clown you the whole ride home. We gonna be at the store just falling down, acting like it's you. That's the type we used to do. You do that now, man. Somebody want to fight you. They say they feelings hurt. All this. It's
That's
corny. It's basketball.
That's hazing.
Hey,
Man.
bro.
That's bullying.
Hey, bro. Y'all have no idea how many times we post like an open gym clip or even a highlight overseas, and our DMs get lit up, or even our phones like, "Why y'all got me in here looking like a cone, nigga?" Ooh.
And it was worse.
Bro.
What's worse is that like
I didn't put you in
like,
that tape.
but you ain't see me when I was locking them up the whole game though. Like, well, you know, that didn't make the highlight, fellas.
right.
Nah, hey, a lot of times, man, we got an NBA player kind of mad at us right now because he was in there getting chopped up by bees, and I'm like, come on, bro, like, I'm not putting your 4 buckets out there. You put back dunks, and you know what I mean. I'm not doing it.
Man, don't call him out.
Point him out.
Hey, first of all, being killed by bees, like you ain't being killed by some dude at LA Fitness, man. Like, what are we talking about?
Right.
Facts.
I mean, people at that, I'm in the league and he ain't, this shit be getting to people's head.
Nah, they do, man. It's stupid, man. But moving forward, we got paycheck, rain check. It's my favorite segment of the day. Somebody's paycheck is taking a rain check. So today's subject is free agency. So we got Jokic, Towns, Morant, Zion, Garland. Everybody signing max extensions. So the question is, these days, y'all think it's easier for a guard to get a max or for a big?
These days.
I would say big because look at Clint. You can run away with a max for just catching lobs and averaging 2.3 blocks and 8, 9, 10 rebounds.
Rudy Gobert.
Rudy, I mean, guards, you gotta. It's harder. I mean, you gotta score. You gotta get past people. John Morant gotta jump over people's heads every night. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody like Clint on the receiving end of you doing all the work and catching the lob, and you get $100 million. I would say big.
And DeAndre Ayton, but he just hasn't got his. He just ain't got his max yet, right, JT? He just ain't got his max yet, right? He just ain't got his max. How he ain't got offered yet? How he ain't got offered yet?
And that's why that's why the Suns gonna be out the bubble again in 3 years because they doing dumb shit over there.
Man,
silly.
It's not just the Suns. It's a free agent. Nobody's giving him that bread.
Already set the tone. They sabotaged my man good name. Like they out here hating on that man. You know what I'm saying?
I try not to speak about nothing I don't know about, but
I don't. I'm speaking on everything.
But big man, I can't wait till I'm done playing. I swear to God, get me back on here in 5 years and listen to what I'm gonna say. but I mean, it's your big, good big 17-10 or whatever he getting. He went to the finals. I don't know what he did to somebody or what he said, but I don't know. That's crazy.
Man, I'm telling you, he did something crazy. He did something crazy to somebody because ain't no way he ain't got paid yet.
I hope not, man. Damn.
I'm gonna say guards. I feel like just off from a numbers standpoint, and I feel like guards get more. I could be dead wrong.
No, I mean they get more, but it's hard. You don't think it's harder?
I feel like they get more maxes.
I'm just saying straight off numbers. But there's probably more guards than big. Well, what's a big? Is a 4-man a big? We calling a 4-man a big, like a stretch 4, like I can't. My mind's blinking, like a Ryan Anderson type. He's a big.
Porzingis.
Yeah, I'll say a 4 is a big. I'll say a 4 is a big.
And what's a 3? A 3,
yeah.
Mobley.
Like Mobley.
Okay,
like Mobley. Evan Mobley
is not a guard, right?
I would throw 3 man.
I would throw him into that
3-man into
carry.
a guard.
Yeah, perimeter. Okay, perimeter versus bigs. Perimeter versus bigs.
All right, well then bigs.
Let's just do it that way.
Bigs, definitely bigs.
Yeah, it's only 3 of them like really getting it, putting in work on their own. Like let's come down, throwing it to him.
The bigs.
Everybody else is catching lobs.
I'm getting off the basketball route, and I'm going with the numbers route. And it's how many max slots are there? Each team got 1, 2.
No, because
they got a super max.
We gotta go back.
They got a super max. They get the. I think you can only have one on a rookie extension max.
Okay.
You get another player max.
Yeah.
Because Carl Anthony Towns got a max.
Rudy got a max now.
Rudy got a max. I don't know when Ant's his
He's
extension.
up.
His extension.
That's
Yeah, his
gonna be
extension
3.
max about to
He's getting
come.
that, and
Yeah.
then D'Lo got like 100 something, don't he?
Yeah, but D'Lo gonna be off. D'Lo, yeah. So they already got 3 on there, but D'Lo's gonna be off his, and Ant will go on. But
Oh,
yeah,
so then D'Lo would get like an 80 or something like that. It wouldn't be a max though,
yeah.
or 70
Yeah,
or
but I
60.
think he have to. Yeah, he have to go somewhere else to get a max. But I mean, he not getting that. But that's neither here nor there. But I don't know. I think I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. I might have to go. Whew. I don't know. I want to say guards because it's technically a guards league, guard/perimeter league. But at the same time, there's more of them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's tough.
And you gotta produce more at a higher
yeah,
efficiency
straight
too.
point.
You know what I mean? Like bigs, like rebounding, that's just effort. You know what I mean? You could just you could really set yourself apart with like effort, but like shooting a high percentage from 3, or depending on how you get your buckets or whatever as a guard, like that takes a different level of skill. You know what I'm
for
saying?
82 games though.
So
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
can you be a selfish rebounder?
yeah,
Okay.
of
I,
course.
I I didn't think so till this year. I seen somebody who was the most. He was jumping, crawling on teammates to get rebounds and this, that, and the third. I ain't never seen no shit like
The guys in the league got
it.
all type of incentives in their contract that they may not tell
Facts.
you. They may not.
I was about to say them
They may not tell you
incentives.
about. But I mean, you got to think if I got to get a total of 500 rebounds and you're down there and this means nothing to you, I might jump over your head too.
Nah, facts. But I was talking overseas where the incentive was like $2,000. And I was like, my nigga, like you
Ah
about
man,
to
you gotta
cost us the
relax, man.
game. Yeah,
Yeah, you
you
gotta
about to
relax.
cost us the game, bro. Chill out.
Nah, he got plans for them 200. He trying to be in Miami
Nah,
on boats and
Hey,
shit.
that
in
You know
my
what I'm
that
saying?
ain't gonna get you there.
I
That
about to say
2,000 is not gonna get you
a
there.
$2,000 boat in Miami.
Yeah.
It's gonna get you and the captain,
Facts.
and whatever liquor you get it's gonna be a damn shot.
Right. And on top of that, you ain't even gonna
No
make it out
money,
to where you
no.
supposed to go. You gonna get out the dock and turn right the fuck back around. You ain't going nowhere on that.
Nah,
But
hell nah.
nah. Hey man, that's really all we got for you. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you joining us,
Nah, I
dropping
appreciate
these
it, man.
gems. You know what I'm saying? You have to come back in 5 years. That's what we really got to start. We got to start an old head podcast and just let them
Got
old
to.
heads talk shit.
Yeah, straight up,
Just
let them
them
air it
talk
out,
shit.
air it out. Just
Hey
let them
man,
air it
leave
out.
the dudes overseas. And overseas dudes got a lot of built up animosity that they don't want to mess up their next deal. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? So they don't get on here,
Right.
man. And y'all gonna go viral for sure.
hey,
We about to have the spinoff called
man,
"Air It Out."
facts.
We getting all the old head
Facts.
NBA players, and we getting the newly retired
Fact.
overseas players, and
Fact.
that's
Yo,
it.
Man, I done had plans to fuck up one of them refs overseas since my rookie year. So I know niggas been hot overseas.
hey, is it the same ref? You know who he is?
Any one of them could get it. I don't give a fuck. I hate all them motherfuckers, man. Dude,
Yeah, nah. Hey, I stopped shaking their
Oh
hands
man,
before games, like probably
I
like my
don't even.
last
I don't
five
even.
years. So, like I don't even go over there. I go straight to
If
the
I
circle
do,
and
I was
just
like
wait.
it's like one of them shakes
I'm
where
like,
my head
fuck
this
them.
way. I'm like this.
that's like
Uh,
disrespectful as
yeah,
hell.
I don't want to.
Cause you know they gonna piss you off at a certain point in the
And
game.
it's gonna make me
It's
even
gonna
more mad the
happen.
fact that I was really respectful. I'm asking how your family doing. I really don't give a fuck, and you still gonna give me bad calls? Yeah, I'm not.
Right.
That shit, I really don't give a fuck.
I
But
know.
hey, man, definitely, yeah. We appreciate it again, man. We gonna get you back on, and good luck this season.
My man, I
And were you
appreciate
signed
y'all.
somewhere yet?
I ain't signed nowhere yet, man. I'm trying to
All
figure it
right,
out.
well, take your time. Take your
My man,
time. All right, yo.
I appreciate y'all.